An electric night brewing here in Palo Alto, California as we get set to open conference play. Tonight, the visiting Utes of Utah come in at a mark of 5-3-1. Their new coach, Hideki Nakata, the former Stanford associate head coach, is just about ready to square up against the 6-2 Stanford Cardinal, coached by the veteran Paul Radcliffe in his 19th season. Good evening from Stanford's Kagan Stadium. I'm Ted Emberg. Tonight, an interesting twist to start conference play between two coaches who have worked alongside each other for the past 7 seasons at Stanford. Nakata, who was hired in May by Utah to replace the longtime coach, Rich Manning. And now riding a 2-match win streak, he is going to need a big performance from either the sophomore Taliana Kafusi, who delivered the equalizer against Utah State, or the junior midfielder Courtney Talbot, who scored the game-winning goal against the Aggies. Both are key players for Utah, and they both are tied for a team-best 3 goals this season. Now for Stanford, the Cardinal missed the postseason during springtime for the first time in Radcliffe's tenure. However, this season, they look like the Stanford that we're accustomed to, currently sitting with the second most goals in the conference. The junior, Maya Doms, leads the attack. She powers this Cardinal offense with speed and is deadly with space. Her goal in the win against the defending national champs, Santa Clara, on Sunday is one of 5 on the season to lead the Cardinal scorers. It's Utah and Stanford in the first chapter of conference play when we return. Pac-12 women's soccer is brought to you by Clean Simple Eats. Eat clean, keep it simple, and get results. Let's take a look at Utah's starting 11 this afternoon into early evening. 5-3-1. Of course, Courtney Talbot and Kafusi, the key players for the attack for Hideki Nakata's team this afternoon, facing his former club, the Stanford Cardinal. Talbot doubled her goals total from her freshman and sophomore season already, and Utah seems to be on the uptick with 2 wins so far coming into this match. 3-0 against Dixie State, 2-1 against Utah State. That was their last matchup. And across the pitch, Stanford starting 11. Boy, there's a lot of talent all around this team. Naomi Girma on the back line, as well as Katie Meyer in between the poles. Of course, Maya Doms on fire as of late. 5 goals this season. Sayer in midfield. Both these coaches really feel that this match is going to take place in the midfield for Nakata. He's really zeroing in on the Cardinals midfielder, and having coached at Stanford, he knows these players, and he knows what Paul Radcliffe is going to want to do in a match like this. But the question for Utah is, can they stop it, knowing what Stanford does best? Good crowd in attendance tonight on the farm as we get set to open up conference play this year. Of course, the spring season last year, only a few months back, instead of having the usual fall start, players will take a knee for solidarity before we begin. Stanford in the white tonight and Utah in the black. Sun beginning to cast down, shadows coming out, and away we go. Stanford and Utah. Stanford entered the week ranked number 10 in the U.S. Soccer Coaches Poll, and reached that ranking twice this year, August 31st and September 14th. They're a tough team to play at home here on the farm. They don't lose very often, and Utah sure will have their hands full. Leontini, good pass into the channel on the far side. Bypassing one defender, service across, looking for Kita Hata. Cleared out momentarily, a second opportunity for the Cardinal. Dom's trying to turn, and the Utes able to clear it out. Stanford right out of the gate attacking the goal. Stanford right now owning the Pac-12's top scoring offense and holding it 20th nationally with 24 total goals this season. Stanford scheduled a very difficult preseason, facing some really tough teams. Duke, North Carolina, top 5 ranked programs. Then Santa Clara, the defending national champs. That was their last match before coming into conference play. Broncos, of course, beating Florida State in the spring for the title. Stanford able to knock them off 3-1. They were tied at half, 1 apiece, and then Stanford able to break out in the second half. So a lot of confidence coming into this matchup. Here's Kitahara working on the outside in the 18. Got tripped up for just a moment. Back out to Leontini. Circled over to Wesley. Wesley back to Leontini, the sophomore from Danville. Service into the box and right to the keeper. That's Chelsea Peterson, a second-year student-athlete from Orem, Utah. At 35 saves last season. Getting some early looks from the Stanford team. She's going to be busy tonight in between the cage. Here's Jacobson getting some pressure. Of course, the battle in midfield. How is that going to play out tonight? Over to Granger. Pressure coming from Kitahara. Granger sends it forward. Here's Breedy. And number first whistle. Look like Breedy, the guilty party. Wesley over to Gurma. Gurma on that back line. Hard to get much past her. A 2-time Pac-12 champion. Already an NCAA champion in the 2019 season. Was able to score a goal at Duke as well. Shot a laser from distance. That's a great touch. Over to Wesley. Wesley working with the mask on. Has a broken nose. That occurred against University of San Francisco. She was going up for a ball and collided with the back of her opponent's head. Kitahara in the box, and the flags come up. Now Samantha Williams, the forward from Laguna Beach, trying to close in on Chelsea Peterson. Just 4 minutes into this contest, and Stanford pushing the pace. Keeping the ball in Utah territory. Here's a first look for the Utes. And Gurma shielding such a key figure on the Stanford defense. She tore her ACL last fall. It's a 2019 Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year and All-American as well. First look at Katie Meyer in goal for the Cardinal, the redshirt junior goalkeeper from Newberry Park. And you have Gurma on the back line, and then you have Meyer in goal, and that is a tough combination as well for offenses to try to weave through. Good move there from Maya Dobbs. Sends it to Kitahara. Kitahara working one-on-one just outside the 18. Service into the box. That was the right foot of Julia Leontini. Trying to get too much pace off that service. Stanford will have another opportunity. Another great touch. Past one, and Williams puts it in. 1-0 Stanford. Sophomore Samantha Williams, and the Stanford Cardinal applying the pressure. The Laguna Beach native with her first goal of the season. She got the start versus Santa Clara and got an assist. She assisted Kitahara in that matchup, and now notches her first goal of the year, and it's 1-0 Stanford over Utah. Williams, all Pac-12 freshman team last season. Led Stanford with points, 9 on the season. Had 4 goals last year and appeared in all matches last season. That's one of the things about Stanford, is that it's not just one player who's a star athlete on the pitch. It's an It's so many different players. It's not Harbor, it's Doms, it's Breedy with 4 goals. And a great example there, Williams picking up her first goal of the season. Stanford working on the far side. Pass over to Breedy. Good pressure from Utah. Breedy with 4 goals this season. Had her first multi-goal match versus LMU. That was 2 weeks ago. Extensive national team experience for the 5th-year senior. Farrar on the near side. Ball played, mishandled by Christensen. And Utah will get another opportunity. A good bump from Kennedy Wesley on defense, sends it back to Germa. Stanford 84-4-8 record here at Kagan Stadium since the start of the 2014 season. Talk about home field advantage. And to go with that, the Cardinal has managed unbeaten streaks in 4 of those 7 seasons. Right now in the middle of a 6-match homestand. We have Utah to open up conference play tonight. Oregon State on Thursday, followed by Oregon. And then they'll hit the road to play the Washington team, starting with Washington State. Good ball into the channel. Service across the box, but Utah's defense is there and will just clear it out of play. A lot of anticipation and excitement to get this conference season underway, and we've seen teams get a little bit overly anxious about trying to fly down the field, make some big things happen right out of the gate. Stanford taking advantage of that, but really it's when teams are able to settle down and be a little bit more calm, connect on some passes, that they become more effective instead of looking for that fast break against the back line. So it'll be a goal kick for the Utes. Chelsea Peterson, 4th most saves in the Pac-12 right now with 26. Youngest of 6 siblings. Came out of Orem High School, where she actually in her spare time was tutoring high school for special needs students before coming to Utah. Germa. Over to Wesley. Talk about the physical toughness of number 15, Wesley. Wearing that face mask, playing with a broken nose. Took some shots against Santa Clara as well. Here's a good look for the Cardinal. Julia Leontini fires one wide. Leontini with 1 goal this season. Debuted against Pepperdine last year. Stanford applying the pressure. 2 shots already and 1 in goal. Germa. Over to Wesley. Kitahara. She's deadly from distance. She'll take a shot and rolls it right to Peterson. Another look at it. Peterson's allowed only 8 goals this season. Utah coming in at a mark of 5-3-1. Knocked off Utah State 2-1. who Aggies were undefeated until that point. Snapped a 12-match win streak that the Aggies held. So bit of a confidence boost on both sides. Stanford taking care of Santa Clara, and Utah stopping that 12-match win streak from the Aggies. Utah working their way into Stanford territory. That's Stanford able to connect on these passes and takes the opportunity away from the Utes. Germa, the captain armband on. Good move over to Doms. Doms again to Wesley. Getting a lot of looks on that corner. And Doms goes down. That was a good challenge by Granger. And it'll set up a kick for the Cardinal in the corner. Ready, 3 shots on goal, 1-0 score. Stanford student section set up behind. Really out in full force tonight. Here comes the service in the box, headed once, goes back to Kitahara. She'll put her right foot on it, and that's over to Peterson for the save. Kitahara working quickly. Might have had a little extra step in her to settle this down. Sends it right to goal. Kitahara in her freshman season doesn't play like a freshman. Already 3 goals this year. 2 goals against the Aztecs in week 2 of the season. He's a solid player out of San Mateo High School just down the street. Not only in soccer, but he's ranked number 4 in squash in the country. A look for Stanford, misplayed by Breedy. Got that right foot on it. Maybe was looking for the pass or just let it skirt away for just a moment. Let's take another look at this. See that right foot, maybe looking for some help or on the near post. Utah scrambling here as Stanford is getting opportunity after opportunity. Ready with 1 goal, Leontini over to Wesley. Back to Germa. Leontini with time and space. Connects with Wesley. Wesley service into the box looking for Breedy. And that one headed away by Utah to be a corner for Stanford. It was a good ball.
Corner kick, Stanford, number 14, Julia Leontini.
So Leontini will take the corner. Yeah, Breedy right in front of the keeper. Here comes the service. Oh, good look from Maya Doms. Headed that on the far, was looking for the far post. And the knock just a bit wide. Look at the service, Leontini. And Doms is right there. Looking for that 6th goal of the season. Stanford's scary this year in set pieces. Avani Brandt playing in midfield in her first season as well. All kinds of time for Kitahara. Lets one rip, and that is over the crossbar. Kitahara calling for the deflection on Peterson. Let's see if Peterson got a paw on this. No call. Boy, that was a laser. Williams with the challenge on Pearson. Stanford will retain possession at midfield. 6 shots on goal, 1 corner kick, and 1 goal netted for the Cardinal so far this evening. Oh, good start against Hideki Nakata. First good look from Utah. Jacobson just couldn't get there, so Stanford's defense pushes it out of play. Utah will get a throw on the far side, finally down in Stanford's territory. Zavani Brandt, a freshman from New York, played some great defense against Santa Clara on Sunday, especially against Kelsey Turnbow, one of the top players. This could be dangerous. Breedy with it.
Yes,
he's looking for a run on the far side for Williams, and that ball played out of bounds. Hideki Nakata trying to turn this team around. Last year, the Utes 4-9-3, which was 10th in the Pac-12. 2019, they went 8-9-4. They've had 8 NCAA tournament appearances. Their last one back in 2019, where they lost in the first round to number 12 Duke 4-0 in this shutout. But his experience at Stanford is going to be so beneficial to this Utah program. He's so excited about it. Actually, during COVID in the offseason, he spent some time in Utah. That's before Utah hired him, and was enjoying some skiing, some outdoor activities. And then the deal worked out with Utah to get his first head coach job there, after being with Stanford for 7 seasons. He's the associate head coach here on the farm for 3 of those. Already part of the 2017 and 19 championship team, so he knows what it takes. And one of the biggest things he said is talent can only take you so far, and he learned at Stanford that it's really what these players are doing when they're not on the field, the extra work, the extra time that they spend studying film, learning about their opponents, working on their game, on their technique, that has made Stanford the powerhouse that it is. And if you look at the Pac-12 championship, Stanford and UCLA are basically flip-flopping every single season. As you go back through the past 10-plus years. Nakata happy with his efforts against BYU and Utah State. He said we're already one of the best teams in Utah, so that's good. One of the things they will struggle with, they don't have a whole lot of depth, where Stanford does. Doms, time to work. Williams. Rubenstein. Stanford trying to tee something up. Here's Angie. Over to Wesley. Doms with her usual headband on. Girma. You see the frustration there from Taliana Kafusi, number 8, right there in midfield. Trying to get something going on the front third, but Girma, such a tough player to get anything past. Roberts. Kitahara working one-on-one inside the 18. Showing the moves, and that'll be last touched by Kitahara. It'll be a goal kick for Utah. Kitahara ready with 5 assists this season. Was a member of the U20 U.S. women's soccer team. Was supposed to play at the 2021 U17 World Cup before it got canceled due to COVID. Stanford in total control early on here at the 21st minute mark. Up 1-0 to start conference play. Stanford on a 3-match win streak. Utah on a 2-match win streak. Last touched by Stanford. Utah with the throw. Trying to take advantage of whatever they can get. The hurry-up throw. At midfield, sent back. Here's Farrar. Kitahara applying pressure. Utah just looking for some space at midfield. That's really where this battle is going to take place. As we mentioned in the opening, here's Christensen. Has some help on the far side. And here's the dangerous Girma. Not letting much go through. Down goes Christensen. No call. Deflected by Farrar. And back to Kitahara. Only 2 matches Stanford has lost this season. Has been against Duke and North Carolina, both on the road on that East Coast trip. They lost to number 5 Duke 2-1, and then number 2 North Carolina 2-1 in overtime. Another look there from Utah. Had some time looking to send something into the channel, but nobody there on that front third for the Utes early on. See Katie Meyer, redshirt junior. Already 49 saves coming into this match. She doesn't allow much. Has a ton of experience last season. One of the captains on this team. Confident player. A very expressive goalkeeper as well. As we saw in the title match 2 years back. And we've seen throughout the season, there was a great piece with Meyer talking about her role as a goalkeeper and how outspoken she is. A lot of people made a big deal out of her kind of throwing away the key during penalty kicks and the semifinals, but she's trying to bring more awareness, and it really shouldn't be a big deal for women to be able to express themselves on the pitch. It's the same way that men do on playing football or celebrations. Good ball into the box. I was targeting Kitahara. Stanford will get another look. Here's Wesley on the end line. Service across. Trying to turn. That's Leontini. Angie. Out to Leontini. And they'll send it back to Peterson. Peterson's just going to hit it out of play. By our defensive time, we'll have a substitution. First one of the match. It'll be 2 players for Stanford coming in.
In for Stanford, number 6, Katie Duong.
So we'll see Katie Duong and Amy Sayer. Duong, a junior from Portland, a bioengineering student here on the farm. Had a goal versus Santa Clara on Sunday in the 35th minute. That was the game-tying goal. And then Amy Sayer, the Australian native, 2 goals this season. Picked up a goal in the 74th minute against the Broncos, which was the go-ahead goal, making it 2-1. Stanford eventually finishing off the defending national champs 3-1. 26 minutes, Stanford on top, 1-0 in total control. 6 shots on goal, 1 corner. Peterson with 2 saves for Utah. Substitution now for Utah.
Number 18, Brianna Pearson.
Brianna Pearson, the junior, will check in for Michaela Christensen. Pearson out of Corona, California, will be playing midfield. Played in all the matches last season. Three-time All-League selection out of high school. And a 4.0 student. Germa with the pressure. Utah scrambling. Roberts sends it back. Doms was looking for that right foot steal. Intercepted at midfield. Playing it over to Kitahara. Kitahara swings it to the far side. Here's Samantha Williams, the second-year student-athlete. Inside the 18. Service across. That was Duong who got a foot on it. Duong, a transfer from Minnesota. Samantha Williams, number 25. Laguna Beach native. Talk about the depth this season. Duong with a goal against Santa Clara. Amy Sayer, 2 goals this season. 11 different Cardinal have goals this season. Credit to the depth. It's not just trying to stop one player. You got to stop all 11 of them. Doms knifes through the defense. Left-footed shot. Christensen with the save. Doms, tough angle to make anything happen there. Christensen played over on the near side. Doms with the toe poke. So Utah moving backwards, and the steal from the Cardinal across the middle is Sayer. He's looking for the heel flick into the box. Utah with some space. And a poor touch on the outside. Gives Stanford another opportunity. The ball was looking for Sayer, who was right at the top of the arc. Kitahara at midfield, playing defense and playing offense. She's all over the pitch tonight. Utah looking for help. Here's Farrar. Trying to turn on Germa out of play. Utah right now returning 20 players from the spring season. Hoping some of that experience can help in this conference slate. Stanford connecting on passes in Utah territory. Here come the afterburners from Samantha Williams. And a shot right over to to Peterson. That'll be a 4th save for the senior. Williams trying to add on an insurance goal at the 31st minute mark. Good move from Kitahara, looking near side. Peterson went up for it. Didn't look like she touched it, so it'll be a goal kick and another substitution. Taking a look at this. Kitahara with the moves at the arc, looking on the near side. Bends it a little bit too far. Now, Kitahara is going to be scary next season. And in a couple of years, here comes the service on the corner from Stanford. Rubenstein rolls one to the keeper. Kitahara not only with the ability to score goals, but can tee up other players, which makes her so dangerous as a freshman with those 5 assists this season. Sayer looking to pickpocket Utah at a play, and it'll be a Utes throw on the far side. So you look at the comparison between these two teams. Utah 13 goals this season through 9 matches. Stanford has 24 goals. Well, now 25. And there's a hold and an easy call. And probably the frustration from Utah building up. We might see a card here. Take another look. Yeah. No card. That was Sayer. So Stanford with a set piece at the 33rd minute. Long ball, far side, headed. That is an amazing goal. JoJo Harbor heads one in, 2-0 Cardinal. JoJo Harbor's second goal this season. Beautiful set piece. Katie Duwong to Harbor, up and over the hands of Peterson. And that is a thing of beauty. Harbor, if you remember, she was injured earlier this season. She came off the bench against San Francisco when Kennedy Wesley got that knock into her nose and broke her nose. Harbor came in for Wesley, scored a goal. And now coming in here on the back end of the first half, able to net Stanford's second goal of the evening. Sure, Harbor's dad, Eric, who wrestled at Stanford watching this match, has got to be happy with that. He's an outstanding wrestler here on the farm in the mid-'80s. Harbor, a graduate student studying sustainability science at Bellevue, Washington. And picks up a little insurance for Stanford heading into the half. But Utah now with their first corner of the match. Comes the set piece service headed once by Stanford. Chance. There's a quick flick there by Jacobson. Ball stays with Farrar. And Utah can reset here. Fuller. Inside the circle is Roberts. This is where Stanford is so dangerous in the midfield. They're able to intercept passes. They're on the back line. Angie able to take it away. And they deny Utah the opportunity. Now Bonnie Brandt, the New York native. Good run looking inside for Duwong. Utah struggling with the passes at midfield. Had some time there to connect and make a run on the front third. Passes have gone a little bit behind their forwards, which has made it hard for them to push forward on Stanford's back line. Of course, a lot of teams struggle with Stanford's defense. We have Naomi Gurma back there. Here's Harbor with a quick throw over to DeWong. Wesley. And we'll have a quick pause in action. Substitution. Maya Doms will come out. And Astrid Wheeler, the sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, who's one of the top recruits out of high school, gained a lot of experience last year, and that was the benefit for a lot of the freshmen during the spring season. And due to COVID and injuries and players getting COVID or being out, that was a great touch. Almost Harbor there for another goal. Was that some of the freshmen were able to gain valuable experience that is going to benefit them that usually they wouldn't get until their sophomore or junior season. Astrid Wheeler, a great example of that. Really outstanding player. She's represented the U.S. at basically all levels, U15, 17, 19, 20. In the past 6 years, scored her first goal against Oregon State in the spring, who Stanford will play next in conference play. Avani Brandt. Wheeler. Stanford now with the advantage of using the clock. Up 2 goals to none. Wesley. Harbor. Back to Wesley. Haley Farrar with the throw for Utah. This first half has been all Cardinal. Jacobson into midfield, taken away by Rubenstein, looking for Wheeler inside the 18. And you see Stanford's defense, when they feel the pressure, they'll take their time, just circle it around on the back line, buy them some time and space, and set up plays like this. Here's Wesley into Sayer. Stanford hustling to every ball that Utah makes. Gurma running the show on the back line. 2-on-1. And Avani Brandt gives it back to Gurma. Harbor. Nice play by Escobedo. Trying to connect with Jacobson. Stanford looking so cool and collect on the back line. Able to space these passes out. Really wait for that opportunity and run on the near and far side channels. You have Harbor, Sayer, and Wheeler on the attacking front. And then Brandt, Gurma, and Wesley on the back line. Here's Wheeler, great pass. Back to Wheeler. Wheeler marching ahead. Dishes one on the far side. Service across the box. Miss hit. Harbor hustling to it. Working on Farrar. Here comes Pearson. Who goes down and Gurman takes over. No Madison Haley yet today for Stanford in midfield, which Hideki Nakano is worried about as considers her one of the best midfielders in the country. And down inside the box, could be a penalty. Right in front of the 18. Oh, this is a break. Just outside the box, Paige Rubenstein, the junior from Davis, goes down. Older sister Brooke plays at Cal Poly. Has a ton of speed in high school. Was a state finalist in the 4x100. Here comes a set piece for the Cardinal. "19 yards out. Service deflected by the line. Harbor, second opportunity. Third opportunity. And that'll be a foul. Utah will take over. 12 shots on goal. 12 shots. 2 corner kicks and 2 goals for Stanford in this first half. Looking pretty solid against the Utes. Easy foul called. Reagan Fuller, the guilty party. And Madison Eisen makes room on the far side. Calling for it is DeWong inside. Sayer with the quick turn. And a good look there. Sayer, all Pac-12 freshman team last season before leaving to play with the Australian national team. One of so many offensive threats that Stanford can deploy. Harbor. Good defensive play by the Utes. Gurma. Over to Angie. Lights still haven't gone on here at Kagan Stadium as the sun begins to dip down as we approach halftime, 44 minutes in. Misplayed on the outside by Eisen. Utah searching for anything here in the first half. Stanford's just maintained possession in Utes territory for the entirety of it. See how the Utes come out in the second half with the messages from Hideki Nakata. So he takes the reins from Rich Manning to run this Utah program. Rich Manning heading over to be the assistant coach at Northwestern. Good luck here on the back end. In the corner for Utah, Pearson working 1-on-2. Pressure by Wesley. And that'll be a Stanford goal kick. Harbor, 2 goals this season, 1 in this match.
10, 9.
And our final 10 seconds of the half.
6,
Quick shot over to Katie Meyer, who takes care of it and will hold on to it as we step in to break. It's been all Stanford in this opening half of conference play. JoJo Harbor able to net the second goal. Samantha Williams puts up the first one. And Hideki Nakata looking for some answers against his former Stanford club. We'll take a break from the farm. Back with the second half right after this. All far side headed. That is amazing. Pac-12 women's soccer is brought to you by Clean Simple Eats. Eat clean, keep it simple, get results. Back on the farm, 2-0. Stanford, the number-ranked team, 10th-ranked team in the country, facing Utah. And so far, looking like their usual self. Samantha Williams putting up the first goal. JoJo Harbor with the second. Harbor connecting on the set piece from Katie Duong, who's been so effective on set pieces. Duong already with a goal against Santa Clara. And transfer from Minnesota was a huge pickup in the offseason for Stanford. Cardinal at a 6-2 mark right now. Utah 5-3-1. And we're just about set to start this second half. It'll be interesting to see how Utah can try to turn the ship around with Nakata, his first year as head coach for Utah. Really took over the reins and had to work quickly with this team. Ton of experience with 2 national titles under his belt here at Stanford, 5 Pac-12 titles. He grew up in Japan, spent some time at the Japanese boarding school camp, which is what they do in Japan for their 2 main sports, which is soccer and baseball. So he was in soccer boarding school, then he moved to Portugal with his family. And his dad was in the agricultural business. They moved to Davis, California, where he went to high school. He said he barely spoke English, but somehow he graduated. He was able to extend his career or launch it from there. He played with the University of San Francisco in the early 2000s. And then started coaching at Idaho State and worked his way up to Stanford and now Utah. Let's see how the Utes respond after a tough first half. Stanford up by 2 scores. Stanford in the white, Utah in the black. If you're just joining us, I'm Ted Enberg here on the farm to open up the conference season. Right now, Oregon State, who Stanford will play in a little bit, leading the preseason standings 8-0. They're playing USC tonight. UCLA, considered the 3rd best team in the nation, also 8-0, facing Oregon. Rubenstein in the 18. Service across. He's looking for Maya Doms. Stanford has 13 shots tonight against Utah, 2 corner kicks. It's been quiet for Katie Meyer in goal for the Cardinal. Only 1 save, and she's had to collect from the Utes. Room to run here for Doms, cutting through and goes down inside the arc. Both Utah and Doms colliding. This move to the inside. Oh, it looks like the ball right on her stomach as she fell down. Inside the penalty arc. Slow to get up, still tying the shoe. We'll see if she will step out for a moment or stay in. Dom's one of the key players for this Cardinal team in her junior season. Team best 5 goals already. No score tonight from Doms, though. Samantha Williams and Harbor getting the first and second goal for the Card. Remember on that last set piece, Harbor got the header from Duong, and now inside the arc to start the second half. Not the start Utah was looking for. They'll set up the wall halfway between the goal. Here comes the shot up and over the crossbar. Good look from Leontini, trying to target that back corner. Let's see if Utah can press a little bit more in this second half. They're going to need to, down by 2. Already coming out looking pretty physical. Foul called on Stanford, and Utah with the kick. Utes have had 1 shot on goal and 1 corner kick tonight. Lights on in full effect here at Laird Q. Kagan Stadium. Good student section in attendance for Stanford. Parents and families on the near side, on the far side. Stands filling up as well. It was sold out for Santa Clara on Sunday. Stanford picked up that win 3-1 over the Broncos. Wilson with the kick. Trying to find some help in the 18. Leontini able to clear it out. Stanford coming into this match, 175 shots, 24 goals. That's good for first in the Pac-12 for goals per game. There's so many weapons, the Swiss Army knife of Stanford's offense. Olsen. Back to Granger. Granger at midline. Doms applying the physical pressure, looking for the steal. And this one all the way back to Chelsea Peterson, the keeper for Utah tonight. Peterson with 8 saves. Came into the match with 25. Intercepted by Samantha Williams. Room on the right flank. Dribbling inside the 18, trying to turn it, and coming out is Peterson. Makes a diving save. She had pressure. This is a great angle. Targeting Sayer. Just a little bit too out front. Able to rip that ball, though, in front of the goal. Peterson's been busy for Utah in the goal tonight. Rubenstein. Sayer with some space. Weaves her way. She'll bounce one over to Peterson. Not too much of a threat there from distance. Rubenstein again in midfield. I think this match has come down to midfield play. And Stanford has just set up a blockade for Utah, just not allowing them to get anything past midfield. Of course, Germa on the back line, now Rubenstein on the near side. Ball there was searching for Leontini. Sayer to the outside. Room to run. Service inside for Doms. Stanford able to retain possession. Now a lob to the top of the 18, and that'll one hop over. Finally this season kind of getting back to normal. I asked Paul Radcliffe if it felt like things were back to normalcy on the farm. He said, yeah, so long as we don't get COVID, then everything seems normal. Here's Rubenstein ranging downfield for Sayer. Stayed onside. These flags didn't come up. Angie with a second opportunity over to Doms. Rubenstein doing a good job in midfield, teeing up the Cardinal. Here's Williams on the outside, working one-on-one. Bypassing the defense, far post, was looking for Akita Hata, the freshman. Stanford just getting opportunity after opportunity here in the second half. Just knocking on the door. Starting off this season, or starting off conference play, I should say, Stanford outshooting opponents 175-58. Tonight, outshooting Utah 15-1. Here's Sayer, right at the knees of Peterson. Stanford wearing down the Utes defense, really keeping Peterson on her toes tonight. Utah trying to snap a 6-match win streak that the Cardinal hold over them. Stanford 11-1-1 overall, holding that advantage over the Utes. Here we go again in midfield. Utah trying to connect on that pass to make a run on the front third. Avery Brody looking for some help. Doms isolated on the far side. And she'll circle it over to Rubenstein. The Davis native in her junior season. Utah looking for some help. Good touch there from Williams. Williams and Leontini. Bonnie Brandt. And Ryan Campbell now in goal. They pull Katie Meyer out. Remember, Campbell got the start against North Carolina when Katie Meyer had an earring call out from the head coach of North Carolina. Meyer had her earrings in. The head coach didn't like that, so Campbell got the start. Campbell in her second season out of Laguna Beach. Actually committed to UCLA, one of the other top soccer schools in the Pac-12, but decided on Stanford. Good service into the box. That was just past the foot of Williams to the far side. Rubenstein will try to reset this. Service in, but deflected away. Easy play for Utah. Sayer. Shielding is Jacobson. And again, Stanford swooping in and taking it away. Here's Maya Doms. Number 10 with a headband. Over to Engie. Far side. Kitahana from distance. Not afraid to take those long shots like this. Oh, what a move. And right to the keeper. Kitahana and a Hillsborough comes into this match with 3 goals on the season. Goals tonight from JoJo Harbor and Samantha Williams. But the pressure has been on all night from Stanford. Utah struggling on the front end. Engie. See Wesley with the mask on, playing with a broken nose tonight. Talk about toughness. And when she went down against San Francisco, it looked brutal. Good look here for Doms. Ball ahead, but just too much. Intended for Sayer. Utah trying to put some kind of offense together here in this second half. 2-0 Stanford. Not a lot of opportunities. Foul called. Courtney Talbot and Taliana Kafusi, who Utah was relying on in this matchup, have been quiet tonight. Kafusi and Talbot both with 3 goals this season. They lead the Utes offense. And Stanford not giving them much to work with. And this is where Utah struggled. They struggled to get it past midfield into that front area. Good look there on the outside. Kennedy Wesley on the defensive play. Beating away on their drums tonight in the stands. Crowd out here at their Cute Kagan Stadium. 60 minutes into this one. Stanford has looked very composed. Good touch, Sayer. Trying to work past Fuller. And a foul called. Well, this Utah team is going to take some time, you would assume, with Nakata taking over, trying to use all of his knowledge that he got at Stanford for 7 seasons and applying that to a Utah program which has struggled over the past. Their best season back in 2016, made it to the Sweet 16. Went 13-4-5, where they lost to USC. A 5-3-1 mark. And this is a great ball. And an even better defensive play for Utah. Doms had an opening. Engie over to Germa in the middle. Spacing for Stanford tonight has looked outstanding. Doms with time. Rubenstein on the right wing. Good touch to save it from going out of play. Into the box. Leontini with service. Utah trying to clear it out. It just goes right back to Stanford's midfielders. Even Stanford's defense playing way up. Same with Ryan Campbell, the keeper, way outside of the box. Everyone playing forward for the Cardinal tonight. 17 shots collected for Stanford, only 1 for Utah. A substitution for Utah. Avery Brady in her second season out of Green Valley, Missouri. Playing midfield. 1 goal this season against Northern Colorado. Picked up 5 starts in the spring. Logged time in 15 different matches, though. Was a top player coming out of high school. At Green Valley, had the second most goals of all time in high school history out there. Utah is trying to find some answers against this Stanford team. He kind of knows how tough they are. He knew this match would come down to midfield play, and he was certainly right about that. Rubenstein cutting across the defense, bypassing 1 defender, bypassing 2, and can't squeeze it through on the near post. They'll circle it back out to Angie. And Stanford will earn the corner. Substitutions coming on. That's Courtney Talbot. 2 in for the Card.
In for Stanford, number 6.
So Katie Duong back in. She gave the service to JoJo Harbor on the set piece, who headed in Stanford's second goal of the night. And out comes Julia Leontini. This will be Stanford's 3rd corner of the evening. And we know how dangerous Duong is on these set pieces. She'll take this. A Portland native. Here it comes. Good ball across the middle, headed once by Utah. Samantha Williams got her cleat on it. Unable to put that one on frame. Sophomore out of Laguna Beach. All Pac-12 freshman team last year. Leading Stanford with 9 points and tied with 4 goals in the spring. Talked about COVID allowing some of the freshman players to gain more access to playing time, and Williams certainly one of those players. Appeared in all 14 matches. You think only if a player like Andrea Kitahara was here in the spring, what that would look like. Duong into the middle to Sayre. Played over to Brandt. Brandt in her first season. Rubenstein. Duong. Oh. Looking across the middle for Sayre, who's trying to make a run. Harbor was in the mix as well. Good challenge from Doms on the outside, contesting every ball. Stanford collectively has done that so well tonight. Katie Duong has been very impressive. Picked up her first goal when she leveled out that match against Santa Clara last Sunday in the 36th minute. This one deflected off the hands of Chelsea Peterson. Harbor almost gets number 2 of the evening. Another set piece here for the Card.
Number 6, Katie Duong.
Katie Duong, she'll take it again. Here it comes across the middle. That was Doms. He's looking for the far post, heads it just wide of the cage. Peterson off her mark, able to collect it. Poor pass on the front end, looking for Kafusi. Stanford on the counterattack, almost had a window on the far left channel. Utah will take the throw, 68 minutes into this contest. You see Utah when they have the ball, Stanford charging them and just surrounding the Utes tonight. And now some space on the counter, across, plenty of time for Peterson to get out there. Had to hurry at the last moment as Duong was inching closer. Sayer with a good ball, staying onsides. Duong trying to hit the afterburners. Peterson picking up her 12th save tonight. And a yellow card issued. The frustrations from Utah certainly probably piling up at this point in the match. Let's see this. Oh yeah. That's an obvious one right there. Set piece for Stanford into the box. One hops over to Harbor. Unable to turn it on Fran. One of the things that we've seen with Stanford so far this season is when they've been up against opponents is that some of the players that usually wouldn't start get subbed into the match. And they want to impress Paul Radcliffe and show them what they can do. And they've been able to run up the score against opponents this season. You have 11 different Cardinal with goals this season. And that has happened when Radcliffe has decided to take out some of his starters when they are up. For example, tonight you see Campbell in goal instead of Meyer, up 2-0. Rubenstein. Everyone trying to impress Radcliffe. Golden opportunity and rolled past Peterson. In for the score, 3-0 Cardinal. Maya Doms. Doms constantly searching, gets a great touch from Rubenstein. Able to roll it past Peterson for the goal. 3-0. Makes it look easy. Stanford was knocking on the door for the past 10 minutes, her 6th goal of the season. And Doms collects it. Doms with 4 goals her freshman year, 2 last year. Prior to Stanford, she was playing with the U17 World Cup in Uruguay. Comes into this match, second most shots in the Pac-12 with 40. And puts up the 3rd goal tonight. Williams collected the first. Harbor with a second on the set piece. And Doms here in the 70th minute. Sayer with such vision on the pitch. Harbor having a great game tonight as well. Harbor picking up her second goal. Headed one in the first half right over Peterson. Stanford now at 20 shots tonight, 4 corner kicks. Utah with 1 shot. And this match getting a little physical. Sayer goes down in midfield, no call. To the outside. Looking for Harbor. Germa. Dom's trying to challenge. And Utah plays it back over the middle. Help on the outside to make a run here for the Utes. Great ball. Chance to bypass the defender. That's Bonnie Brandt. Some good moves. Fighting in, though, is Brianna Pearson. Pearson just trying to get something going, and Brandt holding strong on that back line. It's got to be frustrating for Utah. And Stanford has been able to run the show tonight on the farm. We're setting up a tough pre-conference schedule has certainly helped Stanford facing those top-ranked teams, North Carolina and Duke, and of course Santa Clara. Utah has had an easier schedule. Start off the season against Portland, picked up the 3-1 win there against Boise State. And here's Watanabe. Almost a beautiful look for Amy Sayer, who's flying in like a ninja. Look at this service. Try to one-hop it in.
And for Stanford, number 9, Astrid Wheeler. Number 14, Julia Leontini.
And we'll have a host of subs coming in for Stanford.
And number 23, Naya Harrison.
I believe that's 5 coming in for Stanford right now in the 73rd minute. Yeah, Madison Eisen, the junior from Rockland, California. She had a goal against San Diego State. Coming in for Sayer. And Leontini back in for Angie. Paul Radcliffe putting in some fresh legs here in the second half. 3 goals for Stanford. Samantha Williams picked up the first one, then JoJo Harbor, and Maya Doms the third. Pushing Doms to 6 goals on the season. That's a team best for the Cardinal. Harbor. Far side to Doms. Service into the 18. Utah on their heels tonight. Germa. Over to Naya Harrison. She's one of the fresh faces on this team out of San Diego. Ready with 1 goal this season. Leontini back to Bonnie Brandt. Germa with a good ball out to Sayer on the far lane. Sayer works her way in, service across in front of the goal. That was intended for DeWong. Just had a good look at it. Gets the deflection and will earn a corner out of it.
Corner kick, Stanford, number 6, Katie DeWong.
DeWong, the transfer from Minnesota, so great on these corners. It's the 5th for Stanford tonight. Service in, headed by Utah. The top of the 18, trying to work her way past the defender. And the Utes able to push it out. Might have a chance here on the counterattack at midline. And way out in front is Ryan Campbell, who's in there for Katie Meyer. Meyer started the first half, and then with the 2-0 lead, Paul Radcliffe put in the sophomore Campbell. And we're going to see some substitutions coming in for the Utes.
In for Utah, number 5, Sydney Roberts.
Now, Sydney Roberts in her second season from Huntsville, Utah.
11, Megan Lusher.
And Megan Lusher, the freshman forward from Park City. She was a 3-star recruit, 4-year letter winner out of Park City High School. Roberts already with 1 goal this season against Northern Colorado. Redshirted the 2019 season. Stanford has been in complete control tonight. Misplayed at midfield. A good look here for Utah. Germa applying the pressure on defense. Some tugging going on, but Jacobson works her way out of it. And misplayed ball intercepted by DeWong. Ison to the outside. Mia Watanabe. Service and switch to the outside. DeWong. All kinds of space on that left flank. Stanford will slow things down when they need to, trying to find that opening. Good touch over the defender. Ison inside the 18. Maybe looking for that deflection to earn another corner. Instead, Leontini challenging and back over to Harbor. Harbor puts a right foot on it and sends it far and wide at the far post. Seems like right when Harbor comes in, she's able to net a goal. Saw that against San Francisco. Saw that tonight when she comes in, picking up the second goal of the evening, along with Doms and Samantha Williams for Stanford. Opportunities galore. Watanabe will get the deflection out of play, and the Cardinal will pick up a corner kick.
In for Stanford, number 17.
Brianna Pearson trying to apply the pressure against Watanabe, the junior from Corona.
Number 7, Ali
Played in all the matches in the spring season.
Corner kick, Stanford, number 6, Katie DeWong.
This will be the 6th corner tonight. 20 shots on goal for Stanford in this conference opener. 79 minutes in, everybody set. Here comes the service near the arc. Germa, handball not called, and there it is. Looking at matches around the conference tonight in the Pac-12, USC gets the win over Oregon State 2-1. Washington State dismissing University of Arizona 2-0. And ASU and University of Washington going at it right now in the first half. Arizona State up 2-0, and then UCLA and Oregon scoreless 38 minutes in, and a player down here for Utah. Number 26. That's Avery Brody, the sophomore from Green Valley, Missouri. Taking a look. See. Ooh. Looks like right on the ankle. Quick Nia Harrison coming in there and just connected. The trainer take a look and see how the sophomore is doing. Been a tough night for Utah, especially at midfield where Brady is. It's been one of the difference makers on this Utah team. Ready with a goal this season. He's a top scorer, as I mentioned, out of high school. And able to get up on her own accord. A bit slow walking around. And Brady will make her way to the sidelines. Stanford is really taking control of possession in this match. And kind of asking a lot from his midfielders to try to take on this Cardinal offensive team. Escobedo is going to come in to replace Brady. Number 9, Escobedo, senior out of Holiday, Utah. Had a lot of playing time last year, 16 matches. So she will take over for Brady, who we all hope is okay. A little collision, nothing vicious about it. Utah still searching for some answers. 80 minutes in, trailing 3-0. Stanford will take on Oregon State on Thursday. Just having a really good start to this 2021 season. Oregon State 8-0 on the season so far. Actually make that 8-1 after falling to SC tonight, 2-1. And for Utah, they'll be home against Washington State on Thursday. Set piece for Stanford on the far side, 21 shots on goal. This one from distance. Service just outside the box, and too much contact by Stanford. Foul is called, and Utah will take over. Sayer trying to look for an opportunity. He's played a great match tonight. Here's Harrison. Harrison turning, headed out by the defense. Notice Stanford doesn't panic when they get a ball played out by the defense. Sayer with a left foot on it. Able to recollect, organize, and then strike again. Now Bailey Jackson coming in for the Utes, the forward out of Fair Oaks, California. Graduate of Bella Vista High School. Played some good soccer at high school. Junior year, 19 goals at Bella Vista. 7 assists to go along with it as well. Working hard is Duong. Looking for Watanabe. Ball intended for Escobedo. She'll try to turn to the far side. Picked up at midfield by Pagador. All the way back to Campbell. Ball was intended for Mia Watanabe. Into the channel. And a play, and Utah with the throw. Headed by Harrison. Astrid Wheeler prowling just outside the 18. Peterson feeling the pressure, has to send it out. Tough match tonight for Utah coming in to start conference play. Been quiet on offense. Credit to Stanford's midfield play tonight, as well as their defense, captained by Gurma. Chance maybe here for the Utes to get something on the board, working in Stanford's territory. Service into the top of the arc. Wheeler almost got her hand on it, catches a break, and sends it out to Sayer. The circle is back over to Watanabe. Watanabe picked up 5 matches in the spring. That's certainly going to help her going into conference play and hopefully postseason this year. Stanford, of course, missing the postseason for the first time in 19 seasons in the spring. And this is going to be a warning for Megan Lusher, who got a little bit physical with Ryan Campbell. Remember, back in the spring, Stanford opened up conference play at Oregon. That was 208 days ago. This year against Utah. And a scary thought, 99 days till the end of 2021. Stanford's prowling and sends a shot wide. Targeted more on the near side. JoJo Harbor. She's been dangerous tonight. Already 2 goals on the season, scored the 2nd goal tonight. 7 goals in her Stanford career as a graduate student now. Intercepted by Harrison, the freshman, trying to make a run towards the goal. Escobedo. Couple of good moves there. Past the midfield. Harrison on that back line. Takes the opportunity away from Utah, which they haven't had many tonight. And actually, they're going to call us a foul on Stanford as we look at the upcoming schedule. Oregon State up next, and then Oregon. So Oregon State 8-1 now, and Oregon on Sunday, following Sunday. Washington State, Colorado. It all has started, and that was the best look tonight for Utah. Outside of the keeper's box. A missed opportunity for the Utes to try to get one on the board. Here in the 87th minute, this ball just, just mishit on the back end. Ryan Campbell. Getting the start in the second half instead of Katie Meyer. Let's see if Utah can put one on the board deep in this match. Noakes. A bit of time. Pressure coming on. Circles it to the outside. Noakes with some space. Weaves in. Gets tied up with DeWong. And this ball will go back to Campbell. That was Utah's 3rd shot tonight. Stanford with 22 shots collected. 3-0 game. Williams scoring the first goal. Harbor on the set piece headed it over Peterson for Stanford's 2nd goal, and then Doms made a nice run into the box. A little toe tap past the keeper for the 3rd goal tonight. On the back end of this match, Stanford will improve to 7-2 on the season. Utah falling to 5-4-1. It'll give Stanford a 4-match win streak before they face Oregon State on Thursday. course, a good opportunity for some of these fresh faces for Stanford to get in on the pitch, get some playing time tonight with a comfortable 3-0 lead. Be able to use that on the back end of the season. As Radcliffe is prepared to take this team to the postseason, as I mentioned, he's done it every year but the spring. And that certainly wasn't an off year with COVID. Across the middle for Utah. And they put something together on the back end. Had a good look a couple minutes earlier. Now facing Stanford secondaries. They're working quickly here. Just about a minute left to play. Set piece for Utah. Everyone outside of the 18-yard. Here comes the set piece service across, headed once. Utah still contains possession of it. Back out to Shinko. She'll circle it to the outside. Have to be careful with Duong pressuring. Time running out here for Utah. Can they get one on? Good look here. Gurma with the stop, and that one over the crossbar. The final 10 seconds in this contest. Stanford will knock off Utah, improving to 7-2 on the season. They pick up their first conference win of the year. And Paul Radcliffe and the Stanford Cardinal dispatching Utah in the shutout. Certainly was a strong match from the Stanford team after knocking off Santa Clara on Sunday 3-1. They get the shutout tonight, 3-0, now on a 4-run before they'll face the Beavers on Thursday, who fell to USC tonight. Samantha Williams putting up the first goal of the night. JoJo Harbor on the set piece from Katie Duong picks up her second goal. Harbor, as a graduate student, has been so effective, and you see there Hideki Nakata saying hi to his former players. And Maya Doms adding the third goal tonight for the shutout. Nakata trying to turn this Utah program around. Last year, 4-9-3, 10th in the Pac-12. They fall to 5-4-1 with the loss tonight. They'll face Washington State on Thursday, and they could not find an answer for Stanford's offense. It really took place tonight. And midfield, Stanford in total control, putting up 20-plus shots against Utah. Stanford moving on to face Oregon State on Thursday. On behalf of our producer, Ross Miller, coordinators Joey Valley, Michael Montgomery, Giovanni Mia, Clay Dabney, I'm Ted Emberg saying so long from Stanford. Cardinal with a win, 3-0 over the Utah Utes.